as you gently come back into the room, joining your body once again. The light of God surrounds you. The power of God protects you. The love of God enfolds you. The peace of God is within you. And so it is. Thank you for the meditation. And the service will start in 10 minutes. Take your time.
Hold it like that.
No, let me hold it. Okay. About right here? Okay.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living San Jose, in the room and online. Let's get this celebration started. Join us in our opening song. You should have some lyrics on the screen. Stand up if you feel like it. Wiggle around in your seat. Here we go. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who you come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey.
It doesn't look like I'm hooked up. Question. I'm going to go in again.
Here we stand on holy ground. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Thank you for that joyful sound. Good morning, everyone. I'm Marcia Bencala. I'm part of the ministerial team here, and my pronouns are she and her. And in the spirit of joy and such gratitude for this community, I welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living San Jose and our Sunday celebration. We are a place where we ask that all you need to do
Okay,
is...
I'm in the meeting room, but there's nothing happening, period.
I'm happening. That is our interim spiritual
Big problems
director,
with our
Reverend Nadene.
technology
She will
today.
speak later. She is in Canada. So you just heard her check-in. Okay.
Okay,
So,
can you hear me?
all we ask here in this community
I
is
can't
that
hear
you
you.
remain open to the potential.
I
that
can't
there
hear
is
you.
a power for absolute good in the universe, and that we are here to learn that and to express that,
Okay.
all of us.
Okay.
All right, so let's begin. I would like to invite our practitioner of the day, Ron Wade, to come forward and bring us into our call of service.
Let's let the bowl, the vibrations of the bowl, just knock off any little things that have come from the week or the month or the year, to kind of polish our soul's windows so that the light gets in more clearly and the light that's already inside radiates more brilliantly. Let us pray. There's one thing going on here. There's one thing going on everywhere. There's one thing. And I'm choosing to call it God in this moment.
Let's pray.
I'm thinking of in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And God declared all of this. It declared me, it declared you, it declared
I'm choosing to call it God.
everything into existence. And then in its image and likeness, it declared us into existence,
In the beginning was the Word.
giving us the power of the Word. And I claim that as we are gathered here today, that the power of the Word from the insight speakers, from the musicians, Reverend Nadene via Zoom,
and then in its image and likeness,
the potluck after the service, that
that
we are present to the power of that Word within us, and we choose to use it for
You're
good.
talking.
that the power
We aim for the good, and we speak our
insight
Word.
speakers from the musicians,
And that is a blessing not only for ourselves, but for the entire planet.
its image and likeness, potluck after supper.
That's what I declare for today, knowing that it
You're
is
talking.
the truth of the matter.
And that is a blessing not only for ourselves,
And from that place of stillness and
that's what it is.
listening, I am very grateful for this community and these opportunities to serve and to commune. And in that deep place of gratitude, I release my word into the action of the law, and I invite you to anchor it with me by saying, and so it is.
I am very grateful for this going on.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you for creating a sacred space for us for the next hour
That
or
deep
so.
place of gratitude.
Know with me that we are a community which is a place of belonging,
By saying,
which calls each and every one of us into our own spiritual magnificence. We are companions on the journey, expanding love's expression as we learn to become the presence of peace. We are beacons of light, living the principles we teach as we meet each other right where we are. We are a safe space where hope and courage are explored and new beginnings are happening through radical acceptance of who and whose we are. Welcome home. I'd like to take this moment to give a word of great gratitude to all of those who are volunteering their time and gifts this morning, creating our service. They're in spirit of community, so I give them a heartfelt thanks. We also know that each of us has many, many different ways of getting spiritual nourishment these days, whether it's YouTube or online or things like that. So we are so grateful that we are actually online or present in being together this morning with one another. We welcome you. And if you happen to be here for the first time, please consider staying after our service. Today you're in luck. We have a potluck afterwards. You're welcome to stay for that. And also you might consider taking a moment and stopping by our concierge desk, where you can pick up a welcome package. So now is a moment in which, as we begin our service, we remind ourselves who we are, our statement of being. So if you please would stand and read together our statement of being, which will be on the monitors. We believe that life is good, that God is all there is, and that love is the only power. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of inspired individuals caring for and about each other and the entire planetary family, bringing the gifts of active compassion and kindness to the world. Our purpose is to transform lives, build dreams, and reveal God through education, music, prayer, service, generosity, and play. And if you will remain standing and take a moment to greet somebody nearby. All right, let's all come back to our seats. Hello. Let's all come back to our seats so that we can hear now Holy, Holy Way with our beautiful praise team and our band.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. And let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love will heal us all. Let me know that love will heal us all. And let me walk each day a little wiser. Let me walk each day a little wiser. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, thank you, thank you. That was Dave Maurischat on guitar, by the way. So thank you to the praise team and our band. So this is July 27th, which happens to be the fourth Sunday of the month. And on this Sunday, we like to invite someone, a member of the community, who would share with us what this community has meant to them. And we're fortunate this morning to have Diane Malone to give us that. Diane.
Hi, I'm Diane. Can you hear me okay? Right. Hello. Well, first of all, I've been a member of this church probably about 15 years, but my background has been roughly in years, 35 years Catholic, about 25 Unity, which is another non-denominational church, and about 15 years here. And I just want to start out telling you how supportive this congregation has been to me this year. I had surgery in the spring. I was in a rehab center for 2 months, and then I had care when I came home. And let me tell you, I not only had prayers from the community and people calling me, but people coming to the rehab, and when I came home, they brought me meals. I just really felt loved and nurtured, and I just want to thank everybody that I haven't had an opportunity to thank, especially those people that are online and are not here. But I want to tell you something quickly that happened while I was in rehab. This was actually after I had gotten home, and I was still pretty unstable. And it was over Easter, and I had an extraordinary dream on Thursday night before Good Friday, and it was all about letting go and releasing and getting rid of toxic things. And then when I woke up on Friday, it was like I just got my pen and paper and I just started writing, and I couldn't stop, and I was crying, and it was just, I don't cry, it was just really wonderful. And then I had another dream that night, and on Saturday morning, which was kind of, the day before Christ rises, it was a day of meditation, and the same thing happened. I was writing, and crying, and I started listening to Karen Drucker's music, and there were just the right words that motivated me to write more. And then I'll sum up here on Saturday night, I had another dream. And on Sunday morning, the resurrection was something different than it ever has meant for me before. Being raised Catholic, we did a lot of guilt stuff. But, it was just really a revealing time, and it was because of support and love. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, Diane. We appreciate that. And now, since it also is end of July still, we're concluding our monthly theme, which is Rolling in the Deep. And we have our interim spiritual director, Reverend Dr. Nadene Rogers, who you'll see through live stream. And she is bringing us her message entitled, and I love this title, Sacred Compliments, the Joy in Grief. Nadene? They'll be working on it in the back production booth. And do you notice her colors match the praise team this morning? That was by accident. And, oops. Nope. But they're working on it. I know they're working on it. Yeah. Oh, well, we've got to know. What do we know? And it's all perfect just as it is. Absolutely. If I could dance, I would dance, but I can't dance. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Anybody know a joke? Not a clean one, Daniel says. Oh, you have a joke? Is it clean? Okay.
We all know this one. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because.
Hello. Okay,
Yay.
I'm back. I'm here.
Thank you.
A little bit of confusion today, everyone. So sorry. And maybe it's me. I don't know. Someone said it was Mercury retrograde. I don't know if I believe that, but let's start all over. I mean, really, isn't that what we always do? We're students of life, aren't we? We are absolute students. And for me, I'm the student in the study of love's guidance and demonstration through the law of my being. And I know that as I practice this idea, through the science of mind teachings, I learned to be a student of humility. And I also awaken to the vast power for good within me and the world. It invokes a lot of awe in me, actually. I think, I've come to understand that I'm here to walk myself and the other home, and that I teach by how I live, and that how I live becomes my prayer. So I ask myself every morning, how am I going to choose to live today? And I ask you the same thing in this moment. Among the many spiritual principles taught by Dr. Ernest Holmes, oneness and wholeness are primary, as within which all creation is manifest and lives through the demonstration of the immutable universal law of cause and effect. But I ask myself as well, how many times in a day do I actually become cognizant of the unity and wholeness and perfection of life just as it is? And what is my experience when I open up to this spiritual truth? What is your experience when you open up to this spiritual truth? I think our human tendency is to experience seeing opposite ends of the continuum, as in love, fear, or joy, grief, which feels like and affirms separation and the impulse towards remedial thinking and action. Or does it? Perhaps it affirms the infinite expression of the one life, the infinite intelligence, and the expression of wholeness and perfection just experienced through our individual perception, which makes us think in dualistic terms, either or. Well, I think we're always right where we're supposed to be, smack dab in the middle of oneness and wholeness of life, operating within us and around us. So where's the rub then? I mean, bridging the gap between experienced life in time and space as we do, the conditions of life, and perceiving life as a unified whole at the same time is tricky business. Ernest Holmes and other mystics down through the ages profess it is all God. So this must mean there's nothing else. From which, in which, as which, life flows into expression and returns to the nothingness from which it came. So today, as we conclude our month's theme of rolling in the deep, I really wanted to explore this concept of sacred complements which can be referred to also as opposite or both sides of the same coin. See what I did there? I think you did. So whichever word you choose there, opposite or both, within which is a recognition of difference in and of experience based on your perception from what has gone before in your life. Using the principle of oneness, then it follows that whatever is experienced and known, or can be described, exists both seen and unseen within the one. So how we perceive what that one is, as in all that is, infinite self-existence, cause back of all creation, having been inspired by love and made manifest by law, then whatever we determine as good or bad is just that, a reflection of our individual use of the one mind, our perception based upon our limited belief and experience. What do you think about that? I mean, really, our perception can never be the full spiritual truth, as our perception is limited. Or let me use another word. It's relevant, right? Let's get out of that word of limited. Let's say relevant to what we know through demonstration. Holmes always says we only know through demonstration, because we think we know a lot, right? But do we demonstrate all that we think we know? I'll let you answer that. As the spiritual truth is always expressing, right? It's through the nature of intelligence. It has to be expressing through its own nature. This must mean then that two seeming opposite ends of the continuum, like joy or grief, are merely different points of our attention and experience on the infinite continuum. Two sides of the same coin asks us to relate to the seeming opposites and paradox through an and both mindset. And this ultimately will bind together what we can often hold as separate forces or entities and affirm that it's all one or it's all God. And will bring us back to the realization that it is I, it is we, who have stood against or resisted or denied a part of the one in that moment of experience. What do you think about that? Here is a bit of what happened in our first Rising in Consciousness event on Wednesday. The purpose of the Rising in Consciousness event, which we're going to have monthly on the fourth Wednesday, is to reduce or dissolve our judgment and resistance to what is by aligning with spiritual principles like oneness to reclaim and experience internal peace, harmony, the nature, the natural nature of spirit, of life. So I bring this up because I'm going to ask us to look at something. Let's look at the present administration. Now, I do not talk politics on the pulpit. I bring this up because it is a world experience. I bring this up because it is but only one example that can cause us to feel and see the grief and the fear around us and within us, right? It's just one of the conditions of many that have caused fear and grief and sadness within us. So if that be your experience in this situation or this example, can you be willing to open to what you cannot see and cannot know and move in with your faith in a greater spiritual truth that is moving through all? What do we know? We know that confusion or chaos will dissipate to the degree that we gain clarity, right? Of course. Clarity increases, confusion decreases. And it is in this moment when we release one, confusion, and affirm the other, clarity or illusion and truth, that our attention shifts and we experience being for something and against nothing, because there's no energy going there anymore. When we're in this stance for what we believe, and the energy of our belief aligns with the nature of the one, then we are in movement of opening up instead of closing down. It is in this movement that we begin to experience our true spiritual nature, that feeling of love and peace and joy. And this is true when, however the circumstance or condition we are feeling subjective to seems to evolve outside of us. So, my question, can we stand for the truth of joy as the truth of our nature in the depths of our feeling grief? Yes. Can we open our hearts to emit the energy of love in the face of torment and injustice? Yes. Can we rise through the darkness and abject fear of loss and touch the heart of hope, of faith? Yes. Because it all exists in the one, and it remains filled with the nature and infinite potential of the one. And even when we feel the absence of hope or love or justice, there is something aware within us, fully whole, unmarred and complete and alive and evolving in our own awareness, that is the expression of infinite intelligence giving of itself, making itself known. If we stop talking and analyzing and just breathe and quieten down and listen with intent and allow our intellect to surrender, then the two have a chance to become one within our experience, and confusion dissolves into clarity. It is in the journey between our points of attention on the continuum that insight is revealed. Here is the awakening. Here are the triggers, the feelings, the déjà vu, the awe, the range of emotions and behavior. The awakening in all of its faces, its shapes, its forms of expression, stretching our awareness of self and our unity with life, and the sensing of our, limited perception of self, of capacity that has always traveled hand in hand with our knowing of truth. And as the intellect is gaining ground, the soul leaps ahead, and we will feel often somewhat divided and confused. You know, when those we love or when the world emits that collective energy of fear, it is our challenge to hold fast to our faith and oneness. I am you, you are me. And by standing in faith of a system of creation that expresses in divine order and harmony, in equal measure, impersonally, is our path to that sense of our true nature in which we feel free, because we feel at home, we feel at one. And when we feel connected and at one, we feel free. When that is not what we witness being expressed, but instead it feels like we're being controlled by an outside force and must learn to manage and get through or keep our heads above water as the unknown, the uncertainty looms really all around, this can be a danger zone for us, because this is when we reach for the familiar, the comfort. For me, it's food. Oh my, right? What is comfortable in our life? And it throws us off balance, right? It's often unintentional, unconscious, behavioral patterning. that has us grasping for security and safety. And it's then when we grip onto the thoughts and belief systems that we think will provide predictable results, even though evolution never tarries backwards. And once a mind is stretched, it can never shrink back. This is the moment, or keyhole, if you will, where we ourselves create unification or separation and play a part in shifting the collective consciousness. Which way will we shift it? When we allow the goodness of the natural nature of being to rise within, the feelings of anger and fear, grief, can dissipate. When we allow that, not because we should, or it's expected, or it's spiritual, or because if we don't, karma will get us, but because we are standing for oneness, then our faith goes before us and makes the way. And really, I mean, do we know the real facts anyway? We can't know the whole of it. We can only know what makes sense to us, whether a negative or a positive past experience and belief have created this idea, this perception. You know, maybe we're just also being triggered by the collective race consciousness, the mass energy of fear, of anger, of victimization. And we just can't seem to escape it. Maybe that is also shaping our beliefs, and not the true facts of the conditions, or should I say the true, I will say the true facts of the conditions, but I will also add the truth of the spiritual nature of oneness in all, the unification. The cults, there's addictions, bad, harmful behavior. I think it all hides us and protects us from projections of our own unresolved feelings that we put on others, on the world conditions. So we have to ask ourselves, rolling in the deep, what is the belief at play here? Underneath it all, under all the layers. So if we believe X, we will attract others and circumstances that will affirm X, right? So is your belief underneath it all a belief in separation? Is it a belief in good and bad, good and evil? Is it a belief in unity? Do you believe in oneness, a higher order, a universe that is chaotic or harmonious? Emerson said the ultimate of what life boils down to is, do we believe that this is a friendly universe? Yeah. Is the wholeness or allness of life for me or against me? Well, perhaps it is that I am against it. What do you think about that? Evolution has only one direction. It's forward. Although it may feel like steps in the wrong direction, creating mass discomfort and chaos, where it is ultimately leading must unfold within the nature of the one, not outside of it, because there is no outside. We are smack dab in a worldwide experience of, and I'm quoting Jennifer Beck from Wednesday night, uncovering the shadows through which all, unlike the nature of the one, will be exposed and made known. What do you think about that? And as I ask us, what is ours to be then? What is ours to be in all of this? Reverend Maureen read some beautiful affirmations in the meditation that she did on Wednesday night. And the one that kind of popped out, I think, to a few people was, mine is to be free to claim my power. So my creative power, inspired by love, joy, peace, harmony, enoughness, so that I no longer exercise, intentionally or unintentionally, power over, but rather power under. To become free to claim my power under life instead of over life, to me means just walking in step with the sacred oneness of life and the wholeness with every individualized expression of the one. So if we're giving attention to fear and lack, tyranny and injustice in a way that we deny its sacred complement to affirm wholeness and oneness, it is then we become divided and perpetuate the divisiveness or dualistic nature of thought in collective consciousness. So we're being called to stand undivided against ourselves so that we may become the energy of oneness and unity, emitting its nature of peace and joy in this world. Understanding how sacred complements and the journey we travel between experienced conditions and perceiving oneness, where the two seeming opposites like joy and grief naturally must morph into one another, allows us to feel the kaleidoscope of our human evolution. But here we are, right? Often wanting to drop misery for happiness. But it is the wrong approach, really. For everything in life has an organic unity. For pain and pleasure are not two things, but in a more scientific language, we could drop both words and make them one. Pain, pleasure, life, death, day, night. We always want to choose one part, but they are inseparable. We want the rose, but not the thorns, the love, but not the hate, or the pain, right? It will not happen. We will have to drop both. And then where are we? Well, I'll tell you where we are. An entirely new world arises from that. And I call it the world of joy. Emperor Wu and Bodhidharma said, when you look deeply and intensely for the self, it's not there. When you accept your humanity by facing your life just as it is, the transformation has already begun. And when you look inside the self of misery and seeking, disappears in the no self or clean slate from which to create is available. And another thing I wanted to say is, and I've discovered this, boy, what I ordinarily thought of as joy was not joy. At the most, it was entertainment. Anything that comes from outside or that I know I depended on outside of myself was not the cause of joy, because joy arises out of our very core, and it is absolutely independent of circumstances. It is not escape from oneself. It is really encountering oneself. Joy arises only when we come home. So within the concept of sacred complements, when one faces their misery or their grief and looks into it, they can begin to see through it, right? Begin to detach and witness, relinquishing its power to consume us, over us, for it is but one effect or perception felt within the body-mind. And once recognized as such, I will say it's cast from being a part of our self-identity. And right in that break comes an immediate outburst of joy. So how do we know if we're truly experiencing joy? I think it comes with a deep-seated contentment that doesn't come and go. A contentment that never leaves you again. Are you content? If your contentment comes and goes, then your joy is merely a gap between two miseries, it is said. Anything that comes and goes is a dream. It is not real. Anything that comes and never goes is reality. I think when we live from our heads, we remember our conditioning, which says that when I was joyful in my curiosity, wonder, when I was connected to life, totally present in the moment of being me, somehow I felt I was made wrong back then. Therefore, joy is wrong. Bliss hasn't a place in reality. So I suggest that we become like two lovers, the opposite or both sides of the same coin, who come together, but don't stand facing each other under the light of that moon, because lovers who do so stand facing each because loneliness recognizes itself, incompleteness recognizes itself. And in this way, when we do this, personally speaking, with people or lovers in our lives, we can tend to use and exploit the other for personal gain because we do not feel complete. So I propose that better we come together as two lovers with open-hearted curiosity and faith under a full moon night and do not face each other, but hold each other's hands. And we don't face each other because of what we already know. Together, we face something else. And that something is our common interest, our faith in universal oneness, not our belief in misery, in lack, in fear. And I know you already know the best way to change yourself and create a life of contentment. One where joy does not come and go, one where you let go and lose nothing of value, where you allow and explore with curiosity and gratitude all places of feeling and forms of thought, no matter how seemingly opposite to your true nature of being they seem, where you claim your true nature of being is joy, a life where you feel the freedom in connection with your God self. Joy is already at the very core of your being. If you choose to find it, you can find it at this very moment. It does not need a single moment's postponement. Your intense thirst for oneness, home, can open the door. And the divine urge within you can right now set you free to claim your innate power under lighting a path in this world of sacred things. And so it is. As we join in prayer, we know simply this: God is all there is. We are one in the one. All is one in the one. And so it is. Amen.
So take a deep breath with me. And as with joy and contentment, let us know that God is our source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Thank you, Reverend Nadene, for that inspiring message. And I especially appreciate that you acknowledge that I feel chaos at times, and that's okay. To remind myself that it's on that continuum, though, and that my journey is to bring myself to that oneness, that joy, that contentment. So thank you. And now I invite you to join us next week. I will be facilitating an interfaith conversation with Sri Sathra Sai Baba Center. We're going to have members up here with me, and we're going to have this. I know it's going to be an amazing conversation because you will be inspired by how our core concepts are so much the same, even though we worship differently. All right, so now is the time for our conscious giving and an opportunity to participate in the law of circulation. We know that even though we have been taught that it's better to give than to receive, that often the most important idea is missed. And this is the idea that you need to be able to receive first in order to give from that feeling of abundance. So we invite you through the ushers to receive a blessing of joy, and you keep it with you and know that it came to your higher self as you choose it. So the ushers will pass 2 baskets, one in the other. You draw out your joy of blessing, and then you're able to put your offering underneath in the second basket. So ushers, will you please circulate the baskets, one on top of the other? While the baskets are going around, I invite you to invoke within yourself that feeling of gratitude through thoughts of life's abundance right where you are, allowing these thoughts to fill you and to fill the space around you.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender, I surrender. I am one in the spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in
As our word has power, please join us all together with our word by saying our prosperity affirmation. The words are on the screen. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. At last, no. I shouldn't say at last. I should say last but not least. Here we have a variety of announcements for you to give you ways to connect with our community. So to begin with, we are announcing today that we have 2 part-time positions for $25 per hour for a soundboard operator or someone with knowledge with camera work, lighting, and live streaming. First of all, I want to shout out to Ron Wade and Josh Jostin for holding down the fort the last few months with many others. And they're willing to train these incoming team members. So if you are someone who has these gifts or know of someone who has these skills who would like to be considered for these positions, please email jobs@cslsj.org for an interview. Also, our youth and family is looking to build their youth advisory team as we move into our fall program. As an advisor, you will receive training, the curriculum, and mentorship. And you'll also have the opportunity to lead games and crafts and conversations or workshops with our youth. What it requires is a commitment of one Sunday morning, at least one Sunday morning a month from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And if you're interested, please see our youth and family director, Jen Bick, who is in the back right there. You'll see her come up in a moment. Then we have 4 class workshop types of offerings in August. The first one is Mandalas and Meditations with Reverend Maureen Ross for 2 days, August 4th, a Monday, and August 16th, a Saturday. And it's a workshop from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Here you can experience the power of art, which is to bring you closer to the intimacy of your soul. She is also, Reverend Maureen Ross, has a workshop called Soul Connections, which will be 4 Wednesdays starting August 6th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. And in this workshop, she is going to facilitate how you can learn to enhance your relationship with whatever you call this thing called God. And some examples of her weekly journey topics will be deep listening, mindful conversation, befriending conflict, and she has a table outside in Fellowship Hall after service if you want to know more. Then we have Mitzi McClarney, who is a practitioner who is going to teach a certificated class called 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. This is based on a book by Deepak Chopra. It's an 8-week class where you learn to connect to these spiritual laws and acquire practical tools. Now, an example of these laws are things like the law of potentiality, the law of intention, the law of detachment. That gives you a flavor for the class. So join her for a journey for personal fulfillment, again, starting August 12th, running through September 30th. The last workshop that I'll mention that we have in August is a 2-hour workshop on Sunday, August 17th from 12:30 to 2:30. It's entitled The Healing Code of Forgiveness, and it's presented by Esther Nicholson. So this is a special workshop for anyone in recovery from or learning to navigate any kind of trauma or addiction or the shame and grief felt within this kind of journey. It's also for counselors or practitioners who work in these comparable fields. And it's led, as I mentioned, by internationally acclaimed trauma recovery specialist and author of Soul Recovery, Esther Nicholson. So this is a real-time healing experience, and the investment is only $30. And now, I think what are you pointing?
Open that door.
Oh, I'm being told to open the door because this door, because we have a special guest.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we do.
Please don't give us the hook.
I'm here to speak to you about the Arts Alive Gala. It's the action and concert fundraisers happening September 26th. Join us for both a live and silent auction, concert with Gary Lynn Floyd, and a fabulous taste of our San Jose reception. Optional dress as your favorite movie character with photo booth fun and lots of prizes. Tickets will be available for 50 gold pieces, $50, and tickets are ready for purchase. We are now reaching out to secure our auction items for all 3 auctions. These items need to be new. With a minimum retail value of those 50 gold pieces, $50, or gift certificates and services with a minimum of $100 retail value. If you wish to donate to the Arts Alive auction, you can do so online through our website, CSLSJ.org, or see one of our auction team at the table in Fellowship Hall after service. We will be receiving donations up until August 15th. If you wish to volunteer and find out more about the various areas of service at the event and set up for the day prior to the event and enjoy making displays, auction baskets, chests of gold, helping with decor, greeting ticket holders, or there's a sign-up sheet at the auction table, or speak with our volunteer coordinator extraordinaire and captain of the ship, Deb Dake.
So that is Pirate Chris Grayson Diamond, a board member and a member of the Youth and Family team. His message, you better do it, or join us at our Arts Alive Gala on September 26th. So just a reminder that we have a potluck after service, so stay for connection and food. And if any of these events have resonated with you, just know that you can register online at CSLSJ.org. Go to the concierge desk and they'll help you with that. There's also an auction table out in Fellowship Hall after service. Okay, would the youth and teens and the practitioners of the day come forward? And would all practitioners stand right where you are? And I want you to notice that any practitioner that has their purple stole on today is available for prayer for you after service back in that area in the corner of which we call our chapel. And I just want to thank our youth leaders too for today. All right, so now Julia Smith, our practitioner of the day, will give us some affirmations, and then we'll have a closing song.
Hi, repeat after me. Joy is at the very core of my being.
Joy is at the very core of my being.
I stand for the truth of joy as my nature in spite of any appearance.
I stand for the truth.
In spite of any appearances. And I stand undivided.
And I stand undivided.
And so it is.
And so it is. Here we go. Join us. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I
So on behalf of our community, thank you for being here, and we would love to see you next week. Thank you again.